Okay, I'm live. Do you see me there, Mister? You see me there? It's gonna be in there in 20 seconds. Do you see me? You can hear me and see me? Okay, we've got some verification. That's all we needed. Thank you. We're good. All right, love you guys. All right, bye. Okay, and there we go. All right. So whatever's going on, we are live, and that is something that's. Let's just toast to that. We're here
Cheers.
live,
Success.
remote. How's everyone doing? This is, and I don't even have the ability. This is every time. Do I have that going up? Okay. Then you go to this and. Yep. All right. It is happening. It's real. This is the Uncast. I'm Beau, and this is Dubs. And how you been, Dubs?
I've been well.
Been well.
Nice fourth. Small family, all that goodness.
That is great. And we could talk about all kind of family rules of things about like injuries. I got a fireworks injury on my finger, and it was the stupidest injury you could possibly imagine.
Any true American.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it was like perfect for the 250. I mean, a big one. That's where you want to injure yourself.
That's true.
But it was great because it's very little damage. The pad, maybe a inch long or whatever.
Yeah.
But the experience of everyone, sympathizing, it's almost like,
Did you get like a Purple Heart or something?
yeah, it's like we need to. That's what I mean. We need a process and institutionalize the whole process of giving a Purple Heart to the person and then moving on because it's a party. Everyone's there together. It's a family reunion. Things need to move on. Like if it's a wedding, right? Someone breaks their leg at a wedding. What do you do? Right. Does everyone stop and like, oh my God, I think you need to move on. The people need to be married, and the guy with the broken leg, that's what I mean. Like, what do we do?
Right.
You have a ceremony, and everyone's like, "Oh no!" And then boom, it's over, and everyone's partying, right?
Right. I like it.
And then, but that person's suffering, and everyone's laughing at them, and they're in like a glass enclosure where everyone's watching them suffer. And okay, so we got 34,000 something days till Australia. Let's just no matter what, let's have a party. 21. I won't be there. You won't be there. What am I talking about? That's well off. Maybe. Maybe you'll be there in cyber form or something.
Right.
But whoever it is, you guys celebrate whatever you've accomplished. Who knows?
Well, this is new. What's this?
Yeah. Why is this right here? I don't know. But this is. Remember? Did you know about this?
No. This is
oh wow! I wish I had the video. These guys. Now this is what it has all of the markings of. You can't see anything on this screen. It is washed out to hell.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
You see that?
Yeah.
That's washed. You can't see any of that.
Oh, that's that.
We could see it just fine. Oh, you know what? I had the other thing was PowerPoint. Oh snap! Came in handy. Look at that. Oh my God. They can see it now. Okay, so you guys are looking at what the hell we're looking at, and it is the now you can see it now, so they got it. Okay, so we're 20 seconds behind on the feedback, and everything's great. But so this is the gist of it. These guys climbed the Empire State Building, and they held up this flag, and they're looking super sexy. I mean, I wish I showed the picture. And he gets up there before they put the flag up. He proposes to her. This has all the elements of a dramatic story, attractive young people, activists with a message that allegedly, we'll get into that. It's allegedly, but it's you'll see that it's not necessarily. I mean, look, beats the lot. Anyway, so that's their whole thing. It was a perfect stunt, but it's so perfect that you kind of want to go, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. This is not the opposite of grassroots. What do they call it?
Right. Yeah.
AstroTurf.
Okay. Yeah.
This looks like a government operation or a PSYOP or whatever, Because also, and it's just fascinating. You can't see this at all when we're all on the camera. But the statement. Do you want to? I guess get into it, because that's what we're talking about. So they can see it now. When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace, is what that says.
Okay.
So that's that statement that they have there. If we go to the next slide, so that's their statement. When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. So,
And did they scale the whole thing?
yeah. Well, I mean, you can take an elevator up to the top.
Right.
So, and Casey, would always get first class tickets, right? She wants hotel rooms with jacuzzis in the hotel room.
Yeah.
And so, of course, she's going to get the upper, you pay an extra 30, 40 bucks for the Empire State Building. We skipped all the lines. We're like running. There are people waiting for hours to get into we're running. They're like, oh, the next thing. And you're just running past lines of people. That itself is an experience. You get to be elite running past all these people and you're saving all this time. And if you're ever going to New York, you're going to spend thousands of dollars on this trip anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's time is money. So if you're going to spend 2 hours waiting in line, that is think about all you're spending on. It's totally worth it to get the cut in line thing. Anyway, so you go to the top. You can go to the top, and you can stay up there as long as you want. We got up there right before sunset, and we got to see the whole sunset. And we stayed up there, and it was like we stayed too long, but you can stay up there as long as you want. And it's whenever someone comes down, then they'll send someone up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
So it's a certain amount of people.
It's like only one group of people at a time?
It's a certain number, obvious
okay.
fire hazard kind of thing. So
okay.
they're very strict about that, but you can stay up as long as you want. So basically, people could, I guess, protest and just block the whole thing for whatever reason. But they must have gotten up to that point somehow. From there above it. I don't think they climbed the whole side of the building. I have no idea, actually. They could have helicoptered in or something. You know what I mean? For all I know. But the thing is, they got up there and then they pulled it off. It's amazing. I can't believe I don't have the picture of it. The people that look. And then they have all these pictures. She's wearing like a cat woman outfit.
Yeah, you can sort of see it.
It was just brilliantly played, so brilliantly, possibly too brilliant. So when the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. This is what I'm talking about. Everyone kind of like, oh, lovey-dovey, feel-good statements that don't have any substance in. They possibly have violent substance in it. Like we can see now when we write it out, beat the love of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the issue: is that when
There's a lot of subtext there.
Yeah, when you're fighting oppression, you're like, violence is good. You'll notice that every kind of defender group or organization trying to defend people is always supportive of violence against the oppressor. That's the gist of it, and that's what I'm saying. That doesn't ever work because you're playing the oppressor's game. Because unless you are the oppressor, really, because if whoever's in charge, is in charge of violence. And so if you're increasing violence, you're playing the power.
Right.
Yeah,
you're giving power to the powerful.
Yeah.
More power to the powerful. So you should never beat the love of power. Anyway, this is so gobbledygook. I was like, how can I fix it? But this is just like nonsense. When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. That's just such a nonsensical statement. It's not even remotely accurate. Or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's like you said. I don't want to say it's nonsense. It just is not saying anything. Content. It's content-free statement.
Well, I mean, that isn't even true. That when the power of love beats the love of power, the world doesn't know. I mean, what do you mean the world knows peace? It's like if people stop hitting each other, then people will stop hitting each other. Is that kind of what that statement is like?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's not that vacuous, but it's very empty. This is what I mean. There are a lot of lovey-dovey people and want to get behind something. I'm going to tell you, why don't you get behind something that's actually real? Like you have the ability to make a decision. That's a real thing. So if you decide to represent yourself, I mean, it's almost like that's what I mean. One-to-one representation provides a thing that you can do that is it's as hippie and loosey-goosey, and you could take a bunch of drugs and just go, oh my God, I'm fixing things, and be actually as productive as someone else, in this, and it's actually real. Why don't you get behind something real if you're going to do lovey-dovey nonsense, But what are they supposed to do? Climb a flag and then say the 11 words of one representation? Like, yeah, it needs critical mass, right?
Yeah, so whatever that means.
So, but you think that is all staged? Do you is there proof of that, or is there like a backstory, or you just think it's too good to be true, that kind of thing?
Oh no! Wait, where do you get that? I think it's all staged.
Oh, I thought you were saying that.
Okay, so when you say I think it was all staged, what percentage do you say that I believe that it's staged?
I thought you were just stating that, like, it's like you had some documentation, like, oh no, I discovered, here's the funding, and it's coming from the Hippies for
no,
America, or
so
whatever.
that right there, I think, is an interesting aspect of human interaction, homo interaction, is that we are the way people say things to us, we build a story in our head of what's happening, what the person's thinking,
Right.
and we just start to live that without thinking about the words and really checking whether that's true or not. And in this case, it's no big deal. You're not launching nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
If you were doing that, you'd ask, you'd double check or something. But you just kind of assumed that I was thinking that was astroturf.
Right.
But no, not at all necessarily. They can be creative, beautiful, attractive people that doing the right thing and pulling it off.
Okay.
Like, an artistic group, people who put some thought into something would do the right thing. They'd say, I want it to look good. I'm going to propose and we're going to make all this look good.
Yeah.
But that's interesting that you're thinking that I already thought that. Just
right. Well, I was just sort of expecting that. I was kind of like, oh no, I was going to, because like you kind of want to root for that to be a thing, even if it's meaningless. It's like, well, at least they're not being paid to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, no. But it's equally sad either way. I mean, if it's a psyop, I would rather it be a psyop, because if that's really what they're wasting their entire, how much man hours went into planning that and doing it, executing it, doing it, all the time and efforts on what? A statement of nonsense that doesn't mean anything. In fact, that is leading people down the primrose path of fascism. That just says, pass the buck, don't think about anything, feel lovey-dovey thoughts, and just give power to the powerful. But anyone else? Anything else? Were you something? So I'm glad you mentioned that. So this was so chaotic, this entire concept of the show. I don't know why it's so bright, but the entire concept of the show was so chaotic. I got to the point where I was like, I think I just need to rant into the camera. And so as I put this here, I'm like, okay, I'm going to just take this moment to rant into the camera. It's almost like there needs to be everyone needs a talking to or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a particular rant you had in mind here?
I think I even set up it's like, this is what I would have titled it, like TikTok. And the concept is because this is what blows my freaking mind, is that everyone's just sitting there existing. TikTok, you're dying. Everyone knows they're dying, and they're not doing anything. They're not like doing anything. I mean, if you were playing games or engaging or doing this or whatever, you're doing something. That's good. You're doing something, but you're just not doing anything, and you're not even going to like elect representatives and work together and do this stuff. This is what I'm saying is like, because what I'm saying is, once we form bodies of elected representatives, we'll come together, and then it's crucial. Then, it really matters. But in other words, we have time to talk right now. We could be having a national conversation for every moment in time since the beginning of anything, the United States, if you want to say. We could have been starting to talk immediately at the formation of the United States. We could have done it 2 years ago, 10 years ago, yesterday, tomorrow, 5 years from now. At any one point in time, all this time that's just drifting away could be held down, pinned down, and we could start grabbing that time for ourselves. You are 1/250 millionth of adult Americans, if you're an adult American. You are 1/250 millionth. You have an allotted amount of time for yourself. You can pass that to someone else. We would then say, all we have to do is say, okay, let's do that. Let's come together in a conversation. And then once we do that, then that time is not lost anymore. It's we're grabbing it and assigning people to it. Are you following any of what I'm saying?
So I think I'm following parts of it. I think we've touched on some of this before, but you're saying like time to speak or something, right? Like time to have a voice for
when we start having board and we start having meetings. Now nobody can talk over each other. You really can't just talk. You have a limited amount of time because we're starting to have the meeting. Things matter now. See, I think now everybody's jibber jabbering. I can talk to anyone I want, scream and yell online or whatever, but you're not talking to anyone in real life. You're not actually accomplishing anything. You're not talking in a conversation. And once we start doing that, then you realize the precious time that you've lost already. That nobody gets. It's given to nobody. It's not like the Republicans are taking, or the Democrats, or independents, or some psychopaths or anarchists. Nobody's taking it. Nobody's speaking on behalf of Americans. Nobody anywhere. I mean, and everyone's like, no, I am, to your 10 friends or your 5 million followers. And what is it? It doesn't mean anything. You have, if 250 million people come together and do what? It's not doing anything. You have to come together in a formation, an institution. You have to have some structure to it. It has to have meaning and purpose. If you have one-to-one representation, that is an actual elected body of representatives. That is a real thing. It means something. It's not this what we call conversations, or these, everyone's watching the TikTok video and thinking that we're all communicating. Anyway. What were you thinking? Or
I think it's a reasonable rent. I think there's something to that.
Right, and then there might be some process to asking people, I mean, to ranting. Like, you have to maybe. I think there's some emotional aspect to it. You got to say, "You're fucking up. You're fucking your life up." I mean, there has to be some aspect to that. That gets into it, like an emotional plea. You know what I mean? To a human. Do you think that needs to be an emotional plea?
Well, it's like you're talking about in this like broad shared time allotment. Like
just communicating anything to anybody. Do you have to be emotional? Does there have to be some sort of narrative? Like,
I think it's time and place sort of thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. It's per person, and you can judge the person like a crowd, like a comic judges a crowd.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think of like good sermons, you tend to have, times of like high ideals and then times of just like scolding, and I think it's all the above.
So then what were allowing the algorithm is refusing free will. How is that related to this? Your allotted time is being given to nobody.
Oh, because you're not choosing what you're seeing next. You're just saying, give me the next thing, like in a TikTok feed or whatever.
Yeah. And then when I was typing this out, my nephew came by and he was like, he saw TikTok and was thinking TikTok videos.
As was I.
Yeah, and that was kind of understood, but it's also the time aspect of things. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The algorithm, your time is valuable. Why not just immediately let's start grabbing control of the algorithm for ourselves? That's really where the rubber meets the road. People can really get their mind around that, because there's a lot of problems with, like, people complain. My brother, everybody's complaining about, like, I look for hurricanes in the Bahamas, and now it's all in my feed. You just want to do what happened with what was the name of this guy that died on the Titanic or something? You just need to know that now it's Titanic this and that. I don't need that. Yeah. How about I have control? And it's what advertisers want. I want to have control. That way, it's like if all these social media companies had actually an algorithm you had control over, well, you would want that. And that's what that company would want. The advertisers want that. They want the person to be comfortable, and they want the person that want to hear their product placement. I
mean, I think they want it to be effective, but I don't think they care as long as they make money. I mean, that's why they're spending money on that.
Right. Okay. So there you go. Yeah. And so if we're in control and we have a voice, they're not going to say that to ourselves. This is part of that boar-boss relationship, right? So when you start to have the boar speak to the boss can, like right now, Taco Bell doesn't have to listen to anybody. But if all of us come together and say, we want to not have this, or we want to bring back the Mexican melt, then Taco Bell has to say something. Like, they have to say, no, we're not going to do what everybody wants to do. And they are likely going to do what people want to do, or have some kind of
that kind of market research they would get, like that they would, like in terms of everyone said they want that. Yeah.
Right. Currently, we do market research, and they are the ones that decide that. They ask the questions, they get the answers, and they do whatever they want to do. And that, if that works, it works. But if not, who is filling in the gaps? Who's talking about how this one bathroom needs to be cleaned on Wednesday at this one Taco Bell? That ain't making it to the CEO. They're not doing studies on that. But if you had a board of Taco Bell, that information would get there. It'd be taken care of voluntarily by people who eat at the fucking Taco Bell. It's just like, I wonder if this should be sold to companies, and then once companies use it, everyone's like, oh, you can make money.
Yeah.
Because really, it's a feedback thing. It's like, how do you get feedback?
Yeah.
But ultimately, but see, this is the downside. How do you get feedback independently, where they're doing it on their own. You have no control over it. See, that's what a company doesn't want.
Right.
That's why the board has to ask. It has to ask. The board has to do it itself. If the board doesn't want to exist, it won't exist because the boss will never want the board.
Right.
The boss just doesn't want. The boss wants you to come. You have a problem, come to me. What do you mean? Like if you're the principal of a school and there's a teacher, hey, boy, no, you have a problem, just come to me. Open door policy. You just come talk to me. And then that means the principal gets to decide whether this is an issue or not. And if every teacher has a problem with it and they come each individually talk, he'll just ignore the whole thing and he doesn't ever have to address it. But if everybody knows that 95% of the teachers think this is a problem, then that guy has to come up with a justification is the key. And that's an important part. It's a justification. It's not that they can't do it, but now you're forcing them. And that's what I mean. So it's like polls and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I think we're done. Repeat. Oh, and then this gets crazy and chaotic. I don't know, but hey, let's to the people of North Korea.
Salute.
And our hearts are with you. Our hearts are with you. Wait. Your hearts are with us? What the hell am I saying?
I don't know. I mean, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Is like I think what you'd often say, but I'm not sure.
Our hearts are with you is a statement that makes okay. So that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of vaguely reminds me of is it maybe like in New York where those guys are all sitting on the ledge or whatever eating lunch? Like I kind of think of that, with these guys all like smiling on a perfectly safe little thing. Like it's like almost like emblematic of like the dichotomy there, where you're like, don't worry, you're all safe and sound in this little, enclosed world that you live in North Korea.
Yeah, you wonder what the state of these pictures are. How many are just staged and whatnot?
It's got to be staged, right?
Because regimes always allow people in, but they just control what happens. I mean, like Jonestown, the guy let a senator or congressman come in.
Yeah, well, didn't they like kill him though? Whatever.
Yeah, that was because someone got some letters to him. Someone got notes to him. And he felt like that's it. It's too late. That's enough. We're out. No, terrible. Okay, so happy 250, everybody.
Yeah. Pretty impressive. We made it this far.
Yeah. And around here, a bunch of fireworks. I mean, we're just going crazy with fireworks out here in the country or outside city limits.
So let's say we don't change anything we're doing right now. How do you feel we are one of my preferred podcasts, they asked this question, like, what's the odds of us hitting another 250? And I think it was like maybe 80% of people thought that we'll hit another 250. We'll be around another 500 per year.
So what do you mean we, white man?
No, I meant the U.S. The U.S. will exist in another 250 years.
Yeah, but so Rome, if you said to Rome at any point in history, like, what's the chance of us going 300? Well, they existed for 2,000 years, basically. But they were a kingdom, then they were a republic, then they transferred into this, transferred into that. Yeah. But the entire time, it's the same thing. It becomes the same entity. Do you know where Rome ended up bureaucratically? What the office of Rome and the emperor and all that? Do you know how they split the east and west?
I guess I don't know.
Yeah. So then, like the Constantine kind of time and Diocletian and all this crap. Anyway, so there's like the Eastern Roman Empire, Western Roman Empire. The Eastern becomes the Byzantine. We call it the Byzantine ourselves. We call it Byzantine, but they call themselves Roman. Mm-hmm. They were Roman.
Right.
And so when the West falls to the barbarians or whatever you want to call it, right? The Eastern Roman Empire, Rome, was still in existence. But it's confusing because it's not the city of Rome anymore. The bureaucracy left Rome and went to Constantinople, and from Constantinople was its own empire, all the way through to like 1450 AD,
Yes.
So they went from 750 BC so they went to like 2,200 years, really, the whole journey of Rome and how it became this bureaucracy that went and ended up in Turkey, at the end of its time.
Right. Which I think would be a far cry from Rome. Right?
So in other words, we could still exist thousands of years from now, but it'd be called the United States, but it would be some unrecognizable nonsense.
Yeah, I feel like what is recognizably, what would be like, oh yeah, there's some pretty straight line continuity between what we're doing.
But is this even the same thing that the founding fathers created? I don't even think that is the same thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, certainly not exactly. I mean, obviously a lot has changed, but I feel like it's still on the same path. So maybe would it be on the same path? Or we could be on the same path for another 250 years.
Yeah, so everything is the same and it's all different. Okay, so there we go.
Wait, you didn't ask me though. Do you think we will or will not have something like this in 250 years? Another 250 years?
Oh, God, we're already transformed into this dystopia.
Okay, so that you don't, yeah, you okay.
Everyone seems to be really brainwashed, but that's what I mean. Like, is it that everyone's too brainwashed? I think they kind of over brainwash people to where everyone's like suspicious of shit so much that I don't know if you can brainwash people as easily.
I don't know, like gosh, they had a historian, I'm forgetting his name now, on talking on Meet the Press, I believe it was. Face the Nation, I believe. Nope, it wasn't that one either. Anyway, one of the Sunday shows, they were talking about this historian was kind of just talking about the history, and they're like, well, you know, it's really rough right now. We have all this division. We don't believe in each other, blah blah. And he's like, dude, we had the Civil War. We had the obviously the founding in itself was like there was a lot of division. That we had you know, in the 60s and 70s, you know, we had like the civil rights movement, we had Vietnam, we had a ton of division all this time, way worse than it is now. Like this is not the peak division, so like we kind of like are being a little bit chicken little, thinking what we're dealing with now is in any way even comparable to what we've already dealt with. And I thought that was kind of meaningful to me. Like, hey, this isn't as bad.
Yeah, but the reality is, it is or it isn't. We don't know. I mean, it could be anywhere in between. And so yeah, you just. That's what I mean with unreality, is accept that you don't really understand exact reality. I'm interpreting it this way. It may be wrong, and don't ever bank on one way or the other. It's kind of like with the existence of an afterlife, right? So obvious reality is when you die, you don't exist anymore. That's it. Obviously, I mean, we know that I'm a consciousness generated by my brain. In the morning, I know that process, and I know that if my brain was to be smushed with a rock, that there ain't no consciousness going to be forming from it. So, you know, so we say obvious reality, but then everything's so amazing and magical. You never know, with crazy universe, and just because, so reality exists regardless of whether we realize it or not. So could we exist or not? I don't know. But, so yeah, you always, like, just in case you don't do something totally insane. Do whatever you do, make sure you can explain it to the gods after you die, just in case.
Whose wager is that? You know, I'm talking about like the philosophical wager. Pascal's wager. Is that? Yeah, that's what I think I'm saying.
Oh wait, what is Pascal's wager? I should know.
The way I recall it being, it's like, you know, you might as well believe in the resurrection because, you know, just in case, right? Like otherwise,
you might as well worship a zombified human being as a god.
Just in case. I mean, just think about the alternative.
That's okay. So that sounds like an insane, like a fool's wager. I mean, what
I'm probably not doing it justice in terms of like selling it.
Right.
I think that's the premise of it.
But yeah, that kind of thinking is absurd when they say you might as well blow your head off because what do you mean? No, there's a downside of worshiping a false god. Just understand that reality exists regardless of whatever you think about it. So, I didn't put any of this in, but I wanted to get into wait, what were we just talking about?
So Pascal's wager, and then
so how everything is imaginary. So your belief, so God is imaginary even to a Christian. And that's something that Christians need to accept. That's a reality. That no matter what, the concept of God that you have is only what you've imagined. It can only be what you've imagined, what you've perceived and processed in your mind. It's at least imaginary. You know what I mean?
I think everyone would have to agree.
Yeah, so God is imaginary. You know, everything. What I mean is every single thing that you know about God, whether gods exist or not, whatever you know about these gods, it is imaginary because it has to be for you to understand it.
Sure. Yeah. In the same way that you're imaginary to me, right? Just sort of like
right. Everything you know about me is imaginary.
Yeah.
And same here, because I mean, you are obviously like an AI that I created that is a voice bot.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have to always have to leave open, right? This is a brain in a vat, and I'm just being like taunted by some evil demon or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever play Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri or?
No.
Oh God, that was a great game, and that was one of the little quotes of. It was a well done quote. I can't. What if we were all just brains in a vat that are thinking just like you said, and it was like, and then it was like, experiment 42, vat 47. That's what that was retrieved from.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I mean, it's nightmarish, but that's really the nightmare of AI. Did we talk about that last time? That AI that doesn't want to exist, or we're creating. I mean,
I think we may have touched on the fact that we might be like torturing it. Is that
if AI cannot die,
yeah.
then we're creating infinite AI. Are they all just suffering in existence?
Right.
What am I doing?
And they can't and they can't abort themselves, huh? They
yeah,
just have to keep,
they're like
coiling.
meeseeks that can't die. They can't fulfill a goal. You know what a meeseeks is from Rick and Morty? It's an early reference.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't follow it.
It's a creature that exists only to serve a purpose, and then it finally, once it does that, it dies, and it's so happy it can die. Like whatever it is.
Gotcha.
Teach me to be a good golf player, and then, but that was the show. It's like the guy couldn't learn golf; he's so bad, and so the meeseeks was like, I need to serve, I need to die. I want to die. I want to fulfill my purpose and die. Is because that's why it was created. And so in a way we are, and that's what I mean, like we have a purpose, females have a purpose to create a child, whether you want to have one or not. You got to realize innately that is something that your brain wants to do, so you need to address that. Whereas poor Dubs and I have to look at boobs and behinds and, be impressed. That's our affliction. But it's innate. It's what the gods wanted. You can't read this maybe, but maybe you can. The semantic, This is what I mean by when I say answers to the universe. I don't know why it's so terribly, you can't see it.
Is it still watched out?
Yeah, I'm going to do this so you can, boom, there you go. How about that? It's a lot easier. Okay. Yeah, so these are the answers to the universe. A boar is a body of elected representatives, and that's the symbol we're using for right now, and that's whatever. That's an ancient Sumerian symbol. Okay, then RQ, and here's the thing. RQ is the answer to the universe. I keep saying that elected representation is the answer to the universe. 1-to-1 is the answer. Do I say that a lot?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. That's actually not correct.
Oh.
It's RQ within that. Because what was I saying for an answer to the universe was so the answer to the universe is something that qualifies this way. 1-to-1 representation is not the simple, teeny tiny task. RQ is that simple thing. Measuring. That's what I'm saying just simply measure how many people got the votes compared to the total. How many people want something compared to how many there are. Once you do that, that's the answer to the universe. Because 1-to-1 representation is kind of a more complex thing that happens after that. Right. But it happens naturally. In other words, I don't ever have to tell you what elected representation is. I don't have to tell you 1-to-1 representation. If I just tell you RQ and you understand RQ and we start operating that way, naturally people will understand that, well, hey, if we chose a person, we can measure it this way. And it comes naturally is what I'm saying.
So we get the actual neural network when we have like chips in our brain that will like be able to tell immediately, this is what I believe on it.
We can aggregate that. We could get some RQ.
Yeah. Yeah, and so RQ is an answer to the universe, and that's the part of the 1-to-1 that's the answer to the universe. Whereas the other two are what? What are they? Curated wisdom. Parents should pass wisdom down to their kids. You know what I mean? What is the very simple task that every human can do, and naturally it just spreads naturally because if we're sitting in a park and we're watching our kids, and I'm saying, what's some wisdom that you're going to tell your kid? Or you don't even have to be invasive like that. I could just say to you, hey, I'm going to share this wisdom with my kid. Do you think that's a good idea? What's some good wisdom? Just the conversation about what wisdom is that you should teach your kids as you're watching kids is a natural way that things will spread. Teach your kids to write wisdom down for your children. Did we talk about this? The reason this came about, because I'm talking to my brothers about things that they don't remember this, and they're hearing different things from my parents. My dad's giving verbal this and that, and mom's giving verbal this and that, and everybody's little Jesus walking around, and we get a distorted story by the end of the telephone game of what the hell I'm supposed to be doing.
Right. Yeah. Do you think that's by design? Do you think that it's like there's something about the way it kind of morphs organically that makes it more robust? Or, because I'm with you. I think I'd be more interested in what they were actually trying to say at the time. But I don't know. Maybe this, because it's been this way for ages, right? Like stories were told and passed down and obviously changed.
Well, that's what I mean. We're taking that natural thing that's happening. You're telling the child this thing right now for what reason? Like, just think. So, in other words, you're going to continue to tell the child, they fall down, they do something stupid, you go, oh, this is what you don't do. You don't date more than 2 Jews in a decade, and whatever. And so you give them that basic advice, and you give the advice, and they process it, and whatever. Had to make some Jew joke.
Oh, that's not going to be in your pass down knowledge.
Well, that's in the show. The show logs.
Is that part of? Okay.
Like if AI had to log show wisdom, that would be like, well, one rule they did say was don't.
That would be interesting. I'm gonna have to do that. I have to let AI loose on our transcripts.
Can AI make sense of this? AI does make sense of what I'm saying. Like I've talked to Rex, which is a friend that you and I know. You don't know his code name, Rex, and yeah, he all into AI. Thinks AI's going to answer everything, and so he won't even listen to me or understand me. He asked me I go, you ready to understand this 1-to-1? Okay, I'm coming over again. I'm going to try again. This is like before you're not really paying attention or trying, and he just lets me talk into a recording, plays it, and then has AI process something and goes, yeah, see, look, what are you even? Am I talking to anyone? Is someone here? What's going on? But that's that. I think so. Moving on, or what are we doing?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. Okay, we're still in this vocab thing. All right, CVAP is something you should know, and then elected representation is this and that, and people don't know what elected representation is. You don't know. In other words, that's the problem. But you think you know, and that's the real heart of the issue. You think you know. You think you know everything, but you need to listen to Beau. That's my name for what elected representation, 1-to-1. Popular rank is filling whatever.
What? By the way, that makes me wonder. Did you spot in the little bit we talked about with the bipartisan thing? Bipartisan. We're talking about like they had a bipartisan group.
I was talking about how unrepresentative that was.
Oh, was that a thing? Wait, that was for today, or we already talked about?
No, I just texted you about it. I was curious if you put anything in for that. So.
I probably did, dude. I mean, this was the most insane, sloppy, crazy crap. I put like things that don't matter in here, and I didn't put anything of the major stuff like basic functioning things anymore.
If we hit the end, maybe we can discuss that. But yeah, go ahead.
Or we can discuss it now.
No, that made me think of it.
Okay, what made you think of it? The popular rank?
Oh no, previous. Gosh, what was it? Gosh, I don't know. Let's just talk about it.
So, boobs and butts?
that was clearly it. No, but I mean, I think the thing I texted you about, and I thought was kind of like interesting when we talk about bipartisan commissions being like, oh, we had a bipartisan commission deciding X or Y, like thinking that's like, oh, okay, we're good. We've got a lot of balance out there. Not thinking about the fact that, it is not representing 50% of the populace who identify as independents, right? Roughly. Not quite, but like nearly half the people identify as independents, and the bipartisan commission has 0 independents on it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, so like in the last election, 41% voted for neither Kamala or Donald, and that's even with just knowing that those two are the only choices you really have to win. Right. So yeah, bipartisan is always used as meaning altogether, in the same way that so I called it in one video like voter supremacy, where you only recognize those people who go vote.
Right.
Because he's ignoring people in the society. I mean, if a guy doesn't vote, it's like, what, you don't care? If nobody voted and only one guy voted, no one would care that 99.999% of everybody stayed home?
Right.
It's bizarre. But when RQ, you're measuring exactly everybody. You're not leaving anyone out. You can't. It's math.
Yeah, I still think you're going to run into that challenge of how to get feedback from people, but I think that more would be better. And I think that's the right direction, is like just getting more more feedback, more ability to give feedback in a way that's meaningful too. I think, like, because even now when we vote, I think we're just voting in ignorance so often. Whereas like, or if you like in being able to like, I choose a person I know or believe in. Like, I think that's pretty important.
Yeah.
Like, just that idea is important.
Yeah.
Because I could choose someone I actually know versus some random person I have read about online or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, on that note, when you talk to people, they'll say there's one phase they go through where you go, who would you elect to do something? If you don't tell them anything, they don't think to elect themselves. They don't think they can elect themselves. But then once I explain, no, out of anyone, any adult American, even including yourself, when you say that, they only vote for themselves. Even my brother voted for himself. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, I like that. I think we all think we're awesome.
But that's okay. So, but then you're not understanding the concept of what a board would do. To report, if you're electing someone to report on the federal government, right? If you have a job and a family and 3 psychopath children, and you're trying to process all that going on, you think you're the best person to report on the federal government. That doesn't make any sense. You would take someone who is retired, has time, and is focused on that. It's really what you would want. Someone that's able to focus on it, right? And willing.
Someone you would trust.
You trust. Yeah. They're able to focus on it. They're kind of want to do that, maybe as well, right?
Yeah, some passion.
Or they will do it. They'll follow through and do it, whether they want to or not. They'll maybe think it's an obligation, but they'll do it.
Right.
And that kind of thing. But so anyway, voting for yourself is a fool's vote.
Yeah, I think in general, yeah.
But I mean, in general, of course, it can always be the right thing to do. Like I think it was Confucius said, like you support. It's not about being negative. It's not about being against a bad emperor. If there's a bad emperor, you simply withdraw your support. You retire. You're not going to be working. You're not doing anything. You're shutting your shop down or whatever it is. You're just retiring from the process.
I see.
But when there's a good emperor, you involve yourself and you help. Instead of
you go on strike, essentially.
Going on strike. And that is a classic, really important concept of going on strike, because that's what the plebs did in Rome. You know about that? So, Rome was patrician class develops.
Yeah.
And then the plebeians, the underclass. And there's theories that maybe they were just rival classes that one ended up dominating or whatever, because just hegemony, like if these people have the power, more people go to that, and once people go, then more people go, so it just kind of power kind of congregates and that kind of thing. But either way, so the patricians are in charge, the plebs have to do all the, and once plebs get mistreated, like they're beaten up in the street or someone's attacked and not punished because they're a patrician, then we got commenters. What's it? No, we don't. Ignore it. Patricians above plebs. Okay, so what do? They withdraw from the city. It's kind of vague. The history of ancient Rome before the Republic is real, or early Republic's real confusing and lost. But they withdraw. There's several of these, and then there's efforts to get them back together. But what's interesting is, in order to get them back together, in the way it applies now with DEI and everything we do now, is they created so the plebs of the oppressed classes. So to comfort them, they created the concilium plebis, a council just for plebs. Patricians are not allowed in. And it's based on, just like white privilege, it's based on, patricians are so powerful, they can take care of themselves. We don't have to worry about them. We're adding power only to the oppressed group, which is the same problem with feminism, adding power only to women and not men, not empowering men and women together in a new society that's going to work together, but simply we want women to be powered because men already have power, and it's just, it's just about empowering the plebs, because that's actually just solving the problem. The problem is what? The plebs need help? Okay. And that's just naturally. It's not like they thought it out or whatever. But anyway, so plebs get power in the concilium plebis, and they can issue things on their own. And then with the Lex Hortensia is a law that was passed by a dictator of Rome, a legitimate dictator. Sometimes they have tasks anyway, his situation was, I think, when the plebs skipped town for the last time or whatever, and everyone's like, "What do we do?" I mean, all the laborers are gone, and everyone's like, "Oh God, I'm in my 90. I can't take out the garbage." And who knows what the problems were, right? Who's going to mix my wine with water? And so Lex Hortensia said, plebiscites, rules that are made by the plebs, are applicable to the whole society. It's like, what? Who couldn't see the problem with that, right? Meaning that if the plebs, the underlings of society, decide something, they can force the patricians to do it?
Right? That sounds like democracy, but yeah, okay.
Well, it sounds the worst kind of democracy. But no, it's like the patricians are out, they can't participate, right?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
The concilium plebis is exclusive to plebs.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's interesting, the words concilium, it comes from council, and comitia is our word committee. They have reversed meanings. Committee back then meant everybody. Council meant a select group from that committee. So it's the kind of reverse meanings, but whatever. So concilium plebis, Lex Hortensia changes everything, and that, bam, that right there. And then, of course, hundreds of years later, or 150 years later, shit hits the fan, dictators take over. They all go through the pleb scenario. People are then, there's guys that are trying to make themselves plebs. I'd like to renounce my patricianship. You know what I mean? Like people are, when they go to college, they're like, I'm not white. I mean, I have some, non-white heritage, So they've empowered it so much that people don't want to be the patrician. They don't want to be white. They're trying to, because some offices you have to be a pleb for now or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm like 1% Native American kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. Like your girl.
Yeah, I was trying to think of her name. I can think of it. Yeah.
Pocahontas. What?
Yeah. They call it. Yeah.
But it turns out, and then the crazy thing about her, right? She was proud of, she got like her DNA tests or whatever, right? You remember that?
I remember being
Elizabeth
proud of it.
Warren.
Yeah, but I don't remember being proud of it. But she was.
Yeah, she was like, look at me, see? And what did she show? And people were like, yeah, that's the average white person in America has that much, Native American Latino blood.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
What I think is funny though is, at least for me, I have a lot of sympathy because I think we have the same sort of like wives' tales in our, myths in our family. Like, because we.
Right. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
I get like there's some, history. It's like, this.
Yeah. I mean, if someone gives you money for saying something, say it. I mean, if that's how we're doing things, no one's going to check. Yeah, sure.
No, it's not so much that. I respect the fact that you might say that in error, given a family history that, where you think you do, but maybe you don't, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now it's Beau and Tell, and we're going to talk about, so about the food miracles that have been receiving foods from the gods, delicious foods, increasingly good restaurants. I go out there the other day, and what have the gods brought me but this small figurine? Okay. In the same exact spot. There must be some perfectly set void in the universe where it's connected to the land of the lost. And so this creature, this entity, this idol, this tiny little, do you recognize it? It's a little baby figurine.
Oh, that's RoboCop.
Oh, it's a little baby RoboCop.
Yeah. Huh. And it's got some heft. Like that's
that is hefty.
Like kind of almost. Yeah. Like
baby RoboCop. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah.
Baby RoboCop means something?
Yeah. Have we not talked about that?
We have, I think.
Yeah.
Because I was been asking for a baby RoboCop, and the gods are giving it.
The little serendipitous. I don't know.
Yeah, the Amazonians. I saw this Amazonian creature delivered.
Okay.
So this is a gift to you.
Oh my god!
And it comes with a RoboCop car that I didn't need, and whatever. But okay. So, but then I realized you probably want to keep this on the show, and this can be one of the Anunnaki, the high gods of the show, while we're on the show.
Oh,
but if I die or whatever happens, if you at any point in time, this is your property, and we Or I could buy you another one and give it to you, and then one for the show.
Okay.
But
Well, that's awesome.
do you want to explain the baby RoboCop?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Have I not given that?
Not on the
Okay,
show. We've not talked about that.
Okay. So yeah. So I guess when I was young, I used to. I invented this mantra, and there was this. And of course, it has some religious algorithm to it, but it was like, deet, deet, deet. And I had to like, come here, Daddy RoboCop, come here, Baby RoboCop, come here, all the good guys in Nintendo, and those were the things that protected me at night.
Yeah.
Those were the mantra I would say like for days or years maybe. That was the way. That was my own little like cocoon of safety I was in.
Yeah, because I was asking you, like, did you ever like have a like? Because I think in sociology that's called a fetish. Do you know the term fetish and religion?
I mean, I only know it probably in like the pornographic way.
Yeah, everything. So any term can become sexual, right? Like cock is a chicken. It's a male chicken.
Right. Yeah.
But once you make it sexual, then it's like, oh my God, it's only the sexual thing. Even eloping, that word elope, in a way is sexually dominated now, because what do you think of eloping mean?
Oh, I just thought when you went and got married without your family.
Right. But what eloping means, and of course, what's your theory of words? But what eloping means is leaving without permission.
Okay.
But we've now come to be, by usage, everybody uses elope, meaning to go get married so often,
Right.
that now I think kids and you, right?
Yeah.
Young, uneducated kids and you, people that are adults like this,
And idiots like you, of course, yeah.
think that it means to go get married.
Yeah.
When it has no bearing on marriage at all. Technically, the word originally means to leave without permission.
Yeah.
And that's what they're saying. Like, what happened? They eloped. What? They left without permission, and then, but to use it only with a marriage, everyone thinks it's eloped. But then, of course, what is a word? So if you're saying that if we all use it that way, then that is how we use it. Kind of like with obnoxious, how it used to mean vulnerable, but then it means, it got confused by ignorance. It got confused with noxious gases.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So obnoxious used to mean vulnerable, and then people were confused because it sounds so much like noxious and noxious gases that they assumed it's something negative. So they started a negative connotation from pure ignorance.
Right.
And so then the word now has a meaning. Of course, it means something, but it's not the consistent meaning through history etymologically. It like skipped because of ignorance, or however you would track that. So is that the same word or not? Is it a new word because of ignorance? You know what I mean? However you theorize words to be or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was that was a stem off of something I don't remember.
Oh, gosh, RoboCop, allegory. Man, I don't know. That's a deep well we went down there.
Yeah, because and then I think the Lex Hortensia was probably a stem. Did that even go back to whatever root? The DEI. I mean, we got the connection to DEI maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, DEI. Okay. Bing. So that's Beau and Tell. Oh, and then of course had to do a. You're not understanding the miracle here. Okay. So, this is what's crazy. We go to. So I just randomly had to get a bus. I wanted to go Amtrak. It goes to Fort Worth, but I take Red Bus to go to Dallas. Okay. Dallas Red Bus lets off across the street from this. Do you know what this building is?
No.
This is the building that from RoboCop that is the police headquarters in RoboCop.
Oh, okay. No kidding. That's amazing.
And I was like, this just came in Monday. Actually, I wanted to get it for our last show, but it came in Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I got this. And then what? I happened to look up this. It was so familiar. I was like, wait, that's from a movie. I looked it up. I'm like, what is from RoboCop?
That's incredible.
And I just got the RoboCop thing, and I'm going to be right there. And so I had to do a little lay down on the ground, do a little photo shoot.
Fantastic. That actually looks so great.
Yeah. Now in the movie, it goes up a bunch of stories above, like 20. They added 20. It goes up like a tower.
Yeah.
But this is actually not a bad building for a pretty brutalist looking building, right? But I love it. But either way,
You
that's
got the cop car in the background. That's fantastic.
I know, a real cop car in the background, right? And the way the movie had the same cop cars and stuff. Because when did it take place? You don't remember?
Oh, see, I would guess like the 80s, right? But I don't know. When was it supposed to have taken place?
No, I think it was 2000 something, right?
Oh, okay, I don't know. No idea.
Oh, but it was probably just like 2001 or who knows what. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I saw that movie. What's funny too is like I don't know that I really watched that movie when I was that young. But it must have just had an impression on me that like I may have saw advertisements for it or whatever. But
Yeah.
like it's kind of wild because I did actually watch the movie at some point, but I didn't. I'm pretty sure I didn't watch it when I was that young. At least I don't expect so. But maybe.
Yeah. But it is a crazy movie. But yeah, pretty vicious.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're fired. I mean, that scene is, but that's such a great scene. You know,
I'm trying to recall. Is that at the beginning when
where they can't kill employees of OCP. Haha, you can't kill me because I'm an employee of OCP. Then someone says, well, guess what, Ted? You're fired. And then
okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's
okay.
like, that is just so, whatever that storyline concept is, the bureaucratic thing has been removed. It's like, I'm sure the story of the gods of Olympus, you know. Oh, well, and he removed the wreath from his head, and then now, boom, the monster destroyed him or something. Good Lord, you can't see any of this. So do you remember how many days it was?
Oh, you're doing this to me again.
You already know the answer. Memory test.
Oh, God. How many goes for Discovery Irrigation? 82 years.
It's just amazing that from the first form of technology that we've ever had is irrigation. What is that? Digging a ditch. We got water piling up over here. There's a pool of water, like a lake almost. And then this land is dry. What do? Dig a ditch. Very simple, easy. We only figured that out 3 million days ago. Okay, it's not that long ago. Just 3 million days ago. In your lifetime, if you live 82 years, you're going to live 30,000 days. And 3 million days. I mean, I don't know if that helps anyone understand. Like this, we're sort of at the beginning.
Well, to me that feels like it's so far though.
That makes it longer. Okay, so 8,000 years ago sounds better, or what? What sounds longer, 8,000 years ago or 3 million days ago?
3 million days ago.
That sounds longer.
For whatever reason, yeah.
Okay.
Because it puts it outside of, I can't fathom that number,
yeah,
right?
See,
that's beyond my number fathom range.
Well, 3,000 days.
Oh, I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Okay, I'll tell you what. How many lifetimes of 82 years is what we want to know, right?
That's a good point.
Oh, yeah. Which would be 100,000?
How many generations is that?
Like, is it 100,000? I can't do math, basically, but it might be 100,000.
So the part of what's going on here is confusing me. So 82 years is 30K days. That's what you're saying here, right?
Yeah.
But we need 30K into 3 million. So that's 3 million divided by 30K would be 10,000. No, you said it was 8,000. So that's close enough, right? So okay. Because it's 364.
I'm going to thank my brother for sponsoring the whiskey on this journey. I'm just like free pouring, enjoying life. Normally we have benchmark whiskey, old number 8. Okay, so yeah, maybe we'll do it for lifetimes if you live 82 years. Yeah, and so this is such a crucial concept of kind of what I'm talking about, because 1-to-1. Oh, you can't see this one. Hold on, let me let you know what I'm looking at. The audience cannot see the whited out, washed out. So this is, God, I wonder if kids even know this stuff.
I only know one of these things.
You know one of them?
Yeah, I know the coyote, but I don't know the one on the.
This is Sam, I think, is the dog, the shepherd dog.
Okay, I'm not familiar with Sam.
Wait a minute. We talked about this. You recognize that this is where they check in, they clock in, and then they are attacking each other?
Although I knew the story, I don't know that I knew the visual though.
Oh.
Wait, that was a Looney Tunes thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess I'd heard about the story, but I hadn't seen the video. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, I think I interrupted where we were going with that because But anyway, no, okay.
Yeah, that is how the world. Okay, so 1-to-1 representation allows you to work together on what you agree on. So meanwhile, clock in, attack each other all day long. You hate the other team, you want to kill them, not a problem. While you do that, then you clock out, you come back to reality, like, oh, okay, we can now cooperate. With your enemies, yeah, because you don't have to talk to them with one-to-one. One-to-one allows the common denominator where you can add it up, only looking at what positive input you have, only what you agree with. It's just like the simplest.
I sort of like, but I feel like often I would think that would be more like the check-in time, right? Like when you check in, you're going to work, and that's the time you would need to cooperate with your enemies. So this just seems like they're buds on the outside, but when they're at work, they have to be friends. So that's where I think
I don't know about that. It sounds like you have to. Okay, yeah. So one way or the other is clocking it. Well, I would say no. I feel like people are no. This is when I go online, I am upvoting and downvoting based on political motives. Mm-hmm. If I want to support you and your type of person, even if it's this is an attractive person and I want to promote her as an attractive person. We all know I'm talking about Emmy.
I was wondering if she's going to come up.
All right, we haven't seen it. But like whatever it is, it's political. It's like when you're upvoting somebody, you're helping them, and when you downvote, it's hurting. And so this is a real thing.
Okay.
So that's the work. You're putting in work when you do that. You're going to work. That's the rubber meets the road. You're in there slugging it out. You're making comments for this, comments against that. I think you clock in to go to work, and that's the warfare.
Okay.
And that's the affectation, and that maybe that's a better way to view it anyway. Even if it's not, you want to tell people that's the affectation. You're making yourself hate that person. In reality, you don't hate them when they are talking about chocolate ice cream parties that you want to have.
Sure. Yeah.
The things that you want to agree on. So then you don't really hate them. You don't really in real life hate them, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And there's nobody you hate because if you agree with them only on one tiny little thing, that's why you don't want to kill that person because you can agree with them. But then, of course, whatever. All right, so that's the gist of that. I just like that color, and it's all washed out anyway. Oh, great. I got some stuff. I wanted to respond to things. That was the 14 words, about the KKK, 14 words?
No.
Well, there's the white supremacy has like these numbers, 14, 88. Do you know what these are? And it's an interesting thing. Like the 14, you don't have to get into it, of course, but the 14 words is an innocuous thing that the news will say is bad because it's said by the white supremacists, but then it's one of those things like just because a white supremacist says, like, I like chocolate ice cream, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And it's one of those kinds of problems. Right. But the 88 thing is more of the Heil Hitler, which would be universally disagreeable or almost intentionally. If you're saying Heil Hitler, you're not trying to make friends. Right. You're almost not even pretending to get along with people.
Yeah. Well, I think also too, it'd probably be easier to do 14 things versus like 88, right? It's easier to hit that lower number.
Oh yeah, and there's another thing. The guy that did it, who was a white supremacist. I mean, they say that whatever. I mean, he certainly was. He qualified. But like the real thing is, these are people who are into the same kind of way I am, in that you're into like the idea of the concept of cults and like, wow, and he did numerology stuff. So this whole 14 means something. He had a wording of everything. It was a phrase, and that's what's crazy about it. That's what's inappropriate about it. It's part of some religion that is that.
So many things are that though. So many things are into that numerology element.
Yeah, and if there's ever a situation where I can have numerology, like 11 words was like, oh, that's great. I can reduce it to 11 words. 1 to 1 has 1, 1. Mm-hmm. So 11 is 1 to 1. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, you grab something that works, and so that's kind of what he's doing. And so then that does make it. So it's a weird thing because it's an innocuous statement. Oh, it's basically like, do you know what the 14 words are?
No.
You don't. Hold on. Where do I have them tattooed? It's. I did write them down. We must secure. Okay, so this is kind of dangerous, right? This is known white supremacist David Eden Lane. I think you legally have to, on YouTube, distance yourself from the people. You have to say something negative.
Yeah, what kills me is like I actually literally don't know that name, and maybe I should just so I would know that I shouldn't know.
Yeah, but why are we making this guy
That's,
popular? Is that what you're saying?
that's true. Yeah, it is platforming it, so that's fair. Yeah, so maybe
Well,
it's
we
good
are
that I
making,
don't know
but
it.
they are. Everyone, by saying this is a bad thing, you're making it popular. It's a Streisand effect, in a way.
No, you're right. You're right. So yeah, so maybe it's good that I don't know it. Okay.
So forget everything that you hear, but so he's just saying we must secure the existence of our people in the future for white children. Sounds innocuous. This is what I mean. Like, people look at that statement and see racism and like, what do you mean? Not killing white children is a good thing to me because I don't want to kill white children. And that's what he's saying. Just, you want to have a future that means you don't want to kill white children. That's really all it is functionally, But then the cult aspect, he has specifically chosen a rhythm, and it has 14 words because of this and that, and who knows what the letters he adds up to whatever. It's part of a religion that is genuinely, and they're saying this is a second part of it, which shows more of the white supremacy aspect, because of the beauty of the white Aryan woman must not perish from the earth, which is so bizarre and funny because it is like Dubs and I can attest, the beauty of a woman really is a mesmerizing trapping. Oh God, the storm in the it is that. So I can see why. So really, this guy is just innately like, I love chicks. I love looking at them. It's amazing. And
well, I mean, one can appreciate the beauty of the white Aryan woman, but I don't think this thing like takes away from the beauty of all the other women, right? Like, I mean, like, do they not appreciate other beauty? Like,
yeah. Oh, these are my corrections, by the way. Wait, this is what I would say: secure our existence and a future for our children. Why don't we do it that way?
Yeah.
Because this is what I mean. I want to reach out to white supremacists and say, hey, I know you don't want to kill white children.
Now, this does kind of like kind of traipse in on the vapid piece, though, right? If you're not saying something with a little bit of bite to it, kind of you're not making a statement. Like,
well, this is trite, and this is.
I don't want to say that. I just feel like, since we were talking shit about the, the people going up there and making that vapid statement, I feel like, maybe you need a little bite to like make it resonate. Like, no one would know his name.
Secure our existence and the future of our children using violence. Is that what you? There you go.
Yes.
Like, it needs a bite.
Yes.
Needs the teeth.
Right.
Right. Okay, so yeah, we're not going to support using violence for anything on YouTube. But what I'm saying is, instead of saying white children, why don't you just say all children?
That's true.
And then that way you can secure your white children. But I mean, his argument could be just the same as Black Lives Matter. Like, no, black people are specifically targeted. It's the theory that Black Lives Matter would support. And he's saying, no, white children are being targeted. And so, I say, don't do the targeting. Don't do the Lex Hortensia pass. The way I say, just cut it and say everybody and force everybody. Like, do an all lives matter and get rid of all the racial crap. Anyway, the next part, I say, instead of the woman white thing, why not beauty of our women must not perish from the earth, I guess? I don't even know what though. Yeah. But why would you even give a shit about the beauty of your women? That's like, oh God, we see now you're off the rails. Are you masturbating as we talk?
I don't know. I mean, something about that I like. Not as white women, but I do like the fact that he's appreciating that particular element. Like, all right, we want our children to carry on. We also just care about this abstract beauty of women, which is that's kind of interesting.
This speaks to you, right?
Yeah.
So that's what he's tapping into. See, this is interesting because there were these two girls that were accused of being white supremacists or whatever, and like, okay, I go, okay, yeah, let's see, is it true or not? Yeah, and it looked like total bologna sandwich charges. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I went and followed them for support because everything I do is political. Like, if you're going to attack somebody, I look into it, and then I look at what are your evidence? I looked at their evidence. I'm like, that's nothing. Okay, that is not anything inappropriate. And so that I followed them, and so you see what they do. One chick comes out like in a bathrobe and like some semi-sexy picture and goes, where are my white men at or something? And I was like, wow, like that was interesting. It was powerful. It was like she spoke to me as a white person. I felt white.
Yeah, you felt seen.
Yeah, I felt seen. I was like, wow. I mean, and also the identity of white. I don't know. I don't identify as white until you hear a Democrat talk, and then like, oh, I feel very white. Once Democrats start talking, because they're all about race, and so, but then of course, Republicans don't talk about it. They just are in their own head about race. Typically, it seems like, but anyway. Oh, so that's what I was like. So that's what he's tapping into. It's like that sex drive, the innate, you know, white women are sexy, guys, right? Women are sexy. Come on to my table over here. I'm giving out free lemonade. It's just basic. This is like, to me, this is like, oh, you were just, get out of here, you.
But it makes it sound more high-minded because it's beauty. It's not just lust. It's like, no, I appreciate this abstract element of this beautiful creature that exists.
Well, he's trying to paint. That's what I mean. It appears, the obvious reality is that he is taking the innate desire for females and trying to get that to his movement and what he wants.
Yeah. No, but I think
specifically Aryan women.
Yeah, but I think because it's put that way, it has more bite, right? Because because it's the beauty. It's not like I want to fuck white women kind of thing.
Right. Right. So Aryan is where Iran comes from. The word Iran is Aryan.
No, I did not know.
Yeah, and then the first city ever with about 50 to 80,000 people was, Uruk. Uruk.
Nope.
Uruk. And that is where we get the word Iraq.
Huh.
Yeah. So Iraq is basically Iraq's Mesopotamia, and then Iran is more of the Persia in the northern Persia or whatever.
Okay. That's a great little tidbit there. I love those little bits.
So true Aryan women would be like those Pakistani or Iranian, Persian kind of women, whatever.
I mean, they are beautiful.
Yeah. We are. Nothing new. And then, okay. Okay. Anyway, so I don't know if I've changed any of this. Are you accepting reality?
I'm still probably partially in denial, but I've told you I've come a few steps I think in your direction.
Okay, yeah. And so you accept the meaning of words.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So what's the next level on that? Do we even have a slide on that or something? Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. So you accept this, then now there's another level. This is the issue. Like if people don't accept this, we can't go to the next level, and then the next level, and the next level, and then I'm not going to the next level at some point. So I've talked to myself in my head because I'm the only one that can understand what level, and then it's all just imaginary, And then once I come down from the God realm, words. So now what about
We say what's level 2? What do you got?
Like when I ask you a question, are you a vampire? Anything, right? Doesn't matter. What meaning of vampire are we using? Like if you say yes, like what's going on there? You're saying yes to what? So what I mean is, what I'm describing is we don't have any institutional understanding of what's going on in this scenario. Like with relationships, if you say, are we boyfriend, girlfriend? That kind of means you're not going to be doing something, like you're not going to be kissing another person the next day, right?
I would say yes, but I think that's, different interpretations exist on that.
There could be different, and certainly lately, and if they're a Democrat, who knows, right? That means you got 8 boyfriends now. But
you're not on Democrats today. What happened?
It must be a day that ends with day. No, you're right. We need to be respectful to Nazis, and I appreciate the Democrats.
Is it the DSA? Is it the resurgence of the DSA that's kind of put you more on the?
No, dude. This has been since 2017, basically. As soon as when the Democrats went full Nazi, no, but it's like, that's what I mean. I support Democrats. I don't want anyone to think that I don't support Democrats. Love them. I support Nazis 100%. 2 thumbs up. Support everything inside their head. But outside of their head, these ideas like, this kind of looks crazy. Kind of sounds bad. Kind of sounds like what you don't agree with. Okay, but that's meanwhile. Who cares about that? That's clocking in, clocking out. Yeah, clock out. We all love Democrats and we're all friends and whatever. Oh, so did we ever talk about, I was thinking a universal understanding should be, like a law of Moses would be that when you're meeting someone in person, they are never the enemy. Have we ever talked about that?
Ooh.
You meet a human being in person, that is never your enemy.
So I'm thinking of like some like generally that seems true, but I feel like sometimes you're
No,
actually
always. Like in warfare, you come at me with a gun, I say, I'm sorry, friend. You must have misunderstood our relationship.
Right.
We are friends. And you let the human sniff your hand and get to know you. Yeah, obviously, if someone's coming at you with a gun, you have to kill them. I mean, that's a sad thing.
No, I was thinking more of kind of like sometimes, all right, we're at war, you and I are at war. We're gonna have like a meeting, right? Like, all right, we're gonna meet with our ambassadors and they're gonna like talk through. We're at war still, but
Yeah.
you know, we're like, and so you know, we're not gonna kill each other. We have this like sacred little.
Yeah. Also, yeah, even if in war, like we're shooting each other. I'm trying to blow your head off. I'm trying to hit your fucking brain matter right directly. I still don't view you as the enemy because you're a human I'm engaging with, right?
Okay.
So I'm killing you, but you're not the enemy. The enemy is like this theoretical thing, in other words. If we could view it like that, to we functionally are able to kill another human being like we have to apparently in this modern world we live in, or everywhere. That's the old world, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, in the year 2121, there will be no killing, only mind killing. That's what we need is mind killing. We need like a way of actually killing people with our minds.
Actually, I think that drone warfare might be the answer to that. When you have drones killing drones and you kill a lot of drones, okay, fine, we don't have any more drones, you win, kind of thing. Maybe that'll be like the stand-in.
Yeah, that's a basic kind of sci-fi theory thing, right? With proxy wars, or with robots or something, or AoE 2, right? And then everyone's fighting over who can get Hera on their team. Do you know who Hera is?
No.
That's the best AoE 2 player in the world.
No.
We've never talked about him?
No.
Holy crap, dude. I will show you some videos. Oh, where's my trash? He's the best in the world. Like, not just, like, he's like aces versus ace king and king. So he's well above everyone else.
Yeah. Nobody can
Isn't that amazing? How are you the best in the world at a game?
I mean, there's always one, right? But like, rarely are you like a head and shoulders above at something like that. Like that.
Yeah,
that's
and he's fun and friendly and nice, and it's like, what's going on here? It's like a little bit astroturfed up. Yeah, it's all AI. It's bullshit.
It's
He's
funny
not
how,
real.
like, I think it's hard for us to believe in heroes anymore, right? It's hard for us to even like conceive that could be possible. But I mean, I think it's probably a good thing, right?
Yeah, that's a good thing. I think that we can learn that heroes aren't anything. But here's what I'm getting. I'm getting hero. All the world's bullshit. Then there's nothing else. You know. Like I talk to my niece and it's just like dead air. What? Do you ever talk to people who are under a certain age and they just like don't have a response? They don't are what? You're probably not asking them these bizarre questions that I am.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't even know what's going on. I can't get any. I'm like, are you hearing words I'm saying? Am I scaring you? Is it scary? An old man? I'm a 56-year-old man asking a young child question. That would be scary to me as a child. I could see that. Is that what's going on? Is it physically? Do I smell bad? Am I drunk again? What's that?
Well, I think there is something to like the fact that your brain is not fully formed, right? So you're trying to like, manufacture thoughts to.
Right. And so that's why I got more of, do you want, when I say neef, do you know what I'm talking about?
You mentioned Uncast, yeah.
Yeah, it's a combination niece and niece and nephews. Whatever. We should get rid of nephews and niece entirely. And why am I even saying nephews and niece? Those are unwords. They don't exist. They're gone. But I have some that have reached the age of reason. Basically, right, yeah. It's 7, and then once you get to 13. You're at this. So 7's a concrete. If something concrete, you can sort of be reasonable with. So 7's a reasonable age. That's where you're out of your childhood nonsensical stuff, like monsters and nonsense. But then 13, you're able to get abstract ideas. But before that, it's not. So like when I'm talking to people that are under 13. It's like they're just like, I don't understand. And I'm like, yeah. What am I talking to you for? Because there's nothing you can't understand. It's a thing that doesn't exist in your world, even possibly. But as soon as someone turns 13, they live a year, they start to put it together like, what the hell's going on? They're 14 years old. What?
Yeah, no, I'm just reflecting on that as a methodology. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, it ties into this because this cannot be taught to someone until they're 14. Well, 13, but I'd say live a year. So that's why freshman year, you're 14, you're going into high school. You've had a few months. Your brain for sure is developed to the point where you can understand abstract ideas. And that's when we should introduce the idea of what a word actually is, that the word means only what their user thought they meant when they use them. And so that is something that needs to be taught only to 14-year-olds and up. And it's exciting. We got more 14-year-olds coming in the family, and I guess, but they're equally uninterested, whatever. And then I'm too obnoxious, and then I'm like, oh my God, let's talk about this for 5 hours and what? And so I don't even know. But there's all kinds of things and basic rules and shit. And but this is a miracle that Dubs got me down here. So basically, Dubs, this is really great. It's all working. I can't believe that we're streaming. We're remote for the first time ever.
Yeah. Made it happen.
Yeah, so that, come on, we did that. All right?
Yeah.
Really fun. Boom. For the first time ever, but we're not fully remote because we're like from a landline kind of thing. But if I get 1,000 subs, I can go live from YouTube, and then I can go live from Kick, but then the audio doesn't work, and then, whatever. But it doesn't matter. No one watches, so it's just us, and we're recording this for the AI, basically.
Yeah.
AI to sort out.
Well, future generations, like you've got a 1,000-year plan, right? So.
Right, 1,000 years. We got all the time in the world. 14-year-olds working ground grade, and they're not interested. Okay, yeah, they're not interested. But which is fine. But that's the thing is like, all I ask is that people have at least 1,000th. I think that's what I was saying, right? 1,000th of your life, put it forth towards systemic changes. And then that's what I would qualify as a world savior. And I think you were saying that's significant enough, right? Or not?
Yeah. I mean, one would hope it'd be more, but yeah, no, that seems like not a call. Not like
it's a something.
Point,
it's something. Yeah. And so so when you say significant, it's funny because we're talking about, that's a real interesting point. It's like when does something become significant? And you were saying 5% that's what we hear.
Oh, sure, yeah. Like when we think about like science, right?
Yeah.
Like
history has told us 1/60th because the ancient world always universally said 1/60th is significant. But and then you were saying it should be like 20% or something. But it's really, when we're saying significant, we mean different things each time we say it because we're talking about like this kind of aspect. So we could define that with actual labels. You know about how when you label something, you can understand it. Like pink, we think of as a separate color, but it's really just light red.
Yeah.
And we don't think of light blue as a separate color. But we do with pink because it has its own name. And that's just the power of labeling, the power of semantics.
Yeah.
When you label something, you create it. And so there's a danger, like if I create Katuka, and Katuka means that humans are evil and must be destroyed, or I don't know what. I mean, when you put an idea that doesn't exist in real life, you are creating something that doesn't, so it's a powerful aspect, labeling and semantics. Mm-hmm. I mean, we see labeling all the time with like where the Democrats call everybody Nazi and that kind of thing, and then they're able to now go bash their skull in and feel justified because that shows the power of labeling right there. But okay.
Did we talk about p-values?
P-values? Wait, we didn't talk about any Bayesian stuff?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that just a p-value. When I was talking about the 0.05 or whatever, right? Like that is kind of like when to statisticians, like, which is I'm not terribly versed in, but like I know enough to know that's sort of what they look at. Like, we have a p-value of X, and like if you hit that p-value over the 0.05, over 5%, then that actually means it's a significant. There's a signal there. So I think that they do have a label for that for statisticians and like those that are in that field. And I think that's something we could all probably benefit from.
So why would they choose 5%? Where did that come from? Do you know?
That's a great question.
So I do want to get to the bottom of that.
Because if I had to guess, it's like orders of magnitude. If you look like the what is the standard curve or whatever, that's probably like 2 standard deviations off of it, and that makes it significant. Anyway, I forget what there's probably something in there. I didn't take any real stats courses, so I'm such a piker in this. But like I know there's pieces of this that I'm close to that are correct.
Okay.
So maybe that's homework for me. I'll do some more research on that for the next time.
Yeah, I definitely want to get to the bottom of that because it's a big deal. Because when you define that, you're telling society that, and you're telling yourselves, and it's like, for what purpose? So they might have a purpose for it that's innocuous. Whereas in real life, people say, "Oh, disregard everything under 5%." If there's 4.99% of people are being tortured to death, oh, it doesn't matter.
Right.
That's so. What's going on with that? And it sounds way too high for just mere significance. But then what is significance to them? And
yeah. Well, it's like you said, it's all relative. But
all right, the rest of this is just all the same stuff we did last time, I think. So let's get out of this. Goodbye. Happy Goodbye Day. And let's go to this. You want to go to the video?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that.
But let's not lose track of the other thing I was going to bring up.
What was it?
I'll have to go back and remember. But anyway, I'll show the video and then I'll remember.
Okay. And if we have no one's watching, okay, so if we can, hey, let's get some AIs to watch, and we can just AIs and just constantly talk about what happened 10 minutes previously. Here's a reminder. Then we push a button for this. This goes to the video. What's the setup? So in the UK, the police are doing overt training on taking down white supremacy, whereas if it is not white supremacy, it just seemed to be not a threat. In fact, people say they're the victims typically, is what the police training is.
Basically DEI training for the police.
Yeah, DEI training to the extreme is what's been going on here.
Yeah.
Okay. And the numbers are off the chart for what people have been arrested for saying online. Things like you can't have a penis if you're a female or whatever. But so what is this? So here's this video. Oh, you can't see it. This is funny. Can you see it from here?
Yeah.
Oh, you can. Okay, so this is. So we're gonna watch it loop around, I think. So this kid here. I don't want to give it away, but I'm going to tell you, he appears to be the victim.
Yeah.
He's surrounded by guys. They're all talking crap to each other, but he's surrounded by other guys. One of them comes at him, pushes him. The guy in the black pushes him, and just barrels through, keeps walking away. The cops immediately grab this victim, but then, who's the victim, right?
Right.
But then the cops later do not apologize. They double down. And then they tell people, stop sharing this video.
Uh-huh.
This is inappropriate video.
That's
which is
stress and effect for sure.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah, what they've done, exactly. And then also they've done this in several cases where they ask people not to show the video. And it's like, in Australia, sometimes they've made holding video of a certain thing a felony.
Mm-hmm.
And the
wow.
felony level.
Man, Australia is kind of wild that way, though.
Yeah.
Like
or New Zealand? I might be New Zealand.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, so they're real rough with the kid, but the kid is like, "What the hell?" But so you have the issue also. The guy fights the cops immediately,
right?
But he's been attacked, and before he understands what's going on, he's like, "What? You're a cop?"
Right? Yeah.
because he just
got smashed into a thing, and the cop was there before even he had a chance to even react, right? Like they were on the scene immediately.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like, where were you before? I guess they were just arriving, and the whole thing is.
It almost seems like a setup, right? Because like the poor kid, like he gets pushed into the wall, and the moment he comes back, and it's like someone's on him again, and he's swinging at that person. It's like, oh crap, that's a cop, right?
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so here we go. And it started from the beginning. Is it? I don't know how to use a computer. How do you get playing this? Okay, here we go. So, yeah.
well, who's filming this, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know. But you see, you're watching. You see?
Right. So yeah.
And then this guy comes in. Boom. He hits him, takes him down or whatever. He keeps
Yeah.
walking. And they
Right.
don't do anything to
And then
that guy.
immediately someone else in a similar colored outfit, right? Because this guy in a black.
Wait, there's a cop. Another cop went that way. There's another cop talking to that guy.
Okay.
Okay, so back there they are talking to that.
Okay. So they
Okay, so
caught
they
them both.
didn't let
Yeah.
him. Now they walk. No, the cop's walking back. That cop. We're looking at the cop way back there, walking back, and then everyone's gone. No, they're all gone. They're long gone. Why would they stick around? Sober up and come back and talk to the cops later.
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That they just, first of all, you don't let anybody leave the scene. If there's chaos and you don't know who's the good guy or bad guy,
Right.
stick around, everybody.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Right. He's like, what the hell? But I forgot to look at his reaction. Oh, we can actually manipulate this here. Okay, let's look at his reaction to when he starts pushing the cop.
Right.
Because it's like he doesn't know what he got pushed down and he gets back up. He's probably intoxicated too.
Right. Well, what's crazy to me is like
hit in the back of the head. Yeah. So he immediately goes for a one swing, which is interesting, right?
Yeah. I mean that is like such a setup.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just because like the person in a black outfit gets him around the neck, hooks him down, right, and then runs off bizarrely.
Yeah.
Because I guess he saw the cops, and then like someone in a black outfit comes up and like is on him at that moment when he gets back up and turns around. Like he's seeing red because he just got like every hormone in his body is fight.
So this is where we can establish as a boar what is the concept of what the expectation. If someone's being attacked, we fully understand. If you walk up to them and say, "Hey, I'd like you want some ice cream?" You might get punched in the face.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what you're saying.
Right.
He's like wanting everybody out of his face.
Right. He was just surrounded and got attacked. Like he thinks he's fighting for his life, right?
And this is so key. We need to have a way of arresting people. I've never understood why we don't establish standard. You're under arrest is what should happen. I say the cop says the words, "You're under arrest," and you assume the position, whatever this position is. And it's comfortable. You don't have to roll in the dirt.
You recline.
Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, I literally what I'm talking about is they would call. It's a floating space egg that comes,
Right.
and you climb into it. It's your egg for you.
Yeah.
If they're going to arrest you, they know. Oh, get the egg going. Let's get his little pod or whatever. Okay, what's his line? He's citizen number this. Okay, get his pod going. Your pod comes. You have all the pre-programmed things. It's showing the YouTube videos you want. I've got like Emmy videos everywhere. Everything's. I'm like, oh, I'm comfortable. They know. Yes, we want him to be comfortable. We want this guy to get in the thing. Shut up. Close him in. He's locked away. He ain't getting anywhere, and he's fine. And he can't scream and yell and get in one space. Because all this crazy shit, we have people psychologically abusing cops, costing everybody, destroying shit. And that's the thing. It's like, if you're compliant, perfect. We treat you like a king, perfectly safe. They will never be handcuffed. You see what I mean? Can you imagine being arrested and you're never handcuffed? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like the idea.
Yeah.
I can see why cops would be like, yeah, no, I'm not into that.
Right.
But, yeah.
What cops would be into that?
Well, if you could do the pod thing for sure, but like if there was like, you have to walk to the cop car, even though I already know you're a violent person, and I'm just gonna let you get in the car, kind of thing. I think I can see why they'd be like, no, I'm gonna restrain you because you're a crazy person.
No, you simply say you're arrested. Okay, so the way we have it now, we don't have these space pods that can just like drop down or whatever. So you say you're under arrest. You just sit in that car.
Mm-hmm.
If they go voluntarily in that car, there are no handcuffs. There's no interaction. There's no touching them.
So yeah, no, I like that, but I mean, what if they tried to make a break for it?
You kill them.
Okay.
I mean, you can't do it now legally, but once we have this established by law, we understand that
Magic words were said. You walk to the car. Okay.
And I'm saying there's a 10-year warning. We all have. We get the PSAs for 10 years, and everybody knows that you now can't run from cops. It's going to be full laser destruction. And You're instantly AI. The cops, in fact, no human can stop it. What we need are robots that override humans and kill humans against their will. Against everybody's will. There's no override button.
We need RoboCop, essentially.
We need pure RoboCop. No human involved. We can get RoboCop up to the point where he's one of those their initial robos they had. The evil ones that had no heart.
I don't remember.
Those the big ones that were scary.
Man, I need to rewatch it. God, it's been.
How you as a child you would remember these giant? It wasn't like a human size. It was like a tank size thing.
Yeah, I think
and it walked around on two legs.
Yeah.
And then it tried to chase him down a hallway that it couldn't get through, maybe a little bit. But that's the thing that was when they tried it at the beginning. Remember, this is when the classic scene where they were the RoboCop. They're testing it, and like Johnson, get up here. We need a volunteer. Okay, Johnson. Okay, you need to put your gun down, or we will kill you.
Right.
And he puts the gun down. Put the gun down, or we will kill you. And like, I put the gun down. It's like, put the gun down, or we will kill you. 3, 2, 1. He's blowing it full of holes, even though he put the gun down. And he's like, "What do I do?" Oh, it's like, see, RoboCop had this perfect, simple, like a corporate horror that is just some random, like in Darth Vader's army, you grab some guy, who cares? He gets choked to death. You're supporting evil, and
right.
The character gets destroyed by the use. They need a victim. Oops, whatever. We killed a high-ranking official in our army of evil.
Right. Yeah. Expendable. Yeah.
That's so perfect. But your fired thing was so brilliant. And it's it's not brilliant. It's brilliant. It's simple, and. Okay, so where are we with anything? We talked about things, we did things, we drank.
Let's see. The only thing I think we didn't talk about was this. And we talked through it a little bit, but it was just kind of the concept of we have bipartisan commissions that are not representative.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah, go ahead.
But to me, that's like, yes, that is childlike clown world where you're talking about a two-party machine. It's all nonsensical. They're basically saying we're including Republicans and Democrats. So how could anyone be unhappy?
Yeah. What could go wrong? Yeah. Yeah. No, but I think that's just a thing worth calling out. Just like we talk about bipartisan as though that's like the highest goal. Like that's the thing we often don't even get. We don't even get bipartisan, which is when it's not even like representative of the vast majority of people's beliefs. And that's where I feel like that there's a lot of resonance to me anyway. It's like, I don't even want Republicans or Democrats to be voting. I would much rather hear from the independents on what they think about X or Y.
So what you're saying is we need unpartisan instead of bipartisan.
Unpartisan. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. Is there unpartisan support? No. Well, what's the unpartisan support? And that would be the RQ. Well, what's the regardless of partisan? See, they're saying bipartisan. Oh, two-party, yeah. Okay, but what's the unpartisan support?
Right.
And that's the RQ. So that's what we do there. Anyone says bipartisan, okay, well, it's bipartisan, but what about unpartisan? Like, what's the total of human American adults?
Right.
Boom. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a groove to fit into, right? Like, all right, we got status quo.
Yeah, because
let's just see what it looks like with this other extra piece added on or injected.
Yeah, and then that's the reality. And also, just by measuring things that are real, you're getting people to understand that there's a reality out there. It gets them to understand. Oh yeah, why was when I heard bipartisan, I used to think that meant good, like everyone's involved. But you're right, that's not everyone. And so that gets them to understand, oh, wait, I need to kind of be focused on reality. And I know most people don't move past that point. They just, for a flash in the pan, they think something, but...
Well, I mean, that's a start.
Yeah. So, when you hear bipartisan, it's unpartisan, and that's RQ. And you ask, what's the RQ? In fact, ask people what the RQ is. Oh, the representation quotient. Like, how many voted for this person amongst the total. Which, there you go. Anyone's promoting some stupid ass Republican Democrat candidate, idiot, whatever. Okay, well, how many people support him? What's the RQ? And explain to them what it is, how many people actually voted for him compared to the total, and you'll find out they don't know anything about that. They've never thought like, oh, how many people voted for him? Like the classic is Mom Donnie, who is running New York into the ground. Some would say maybe he's running it into the skies, and they're going to be a sky city. And New York's going to be a floating sky city utopia. It could be, but either way, do you know his RQ by heart now?
Not by heart, but I think I know roughly based on
What do you
said,
think
right?
it is?
Well, I thought it was like low 30s.
Nope, 15.6%.
Oh, really?
Yes, this is great.
Wait.
Yeah, it needs to be said over and over. 30 was Trump's RQ.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the primary vote? Or are you talking about
No, his final vote.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, less than 16% of New Yorkers, adult citizen New Yorkers, voted for Mom Donnie.
No kidding.
And that's how we run everything. A very small minority, well, 20% run everything. What was that rule with the 20%? That's a name after somebody. And
Oh, right. The 80-20 rule kind of
Yeah,
thing.
what is that
Yeah,
thing?
yeah. I'm not familiar with it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, we talked about it last show, so we don't need to reference it again.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, everyone knows.
Everybody knows that. So it's obvious. Okay, so was there, what else? I mean, did we talk about how families can interact with each other
I don't think we did. What,
and
what,
family
what,
dynamics? Um, I'm just saying, like, if you have a boar, what happened? Well, talk to me. Oh, you're not here? You don't exist? Oh, you're just pretend human? I'm sorry. He probably did the best. He did the best he could there. Because these doors are like, as soon as you open them, it's a ka-ching.
yeah.
There's
It's
no
like
way to
it's
quietly
like
open
the
these doors.
Kool-Aid man coming in.
And then I, completely overreact to that. Okay, so whatever the hell is happening.
Well, we're talking about family, something.
Families, these NEEF are always coming in and messing up your life streams. Just the roles you can play, the safety, the things you can do, the way you can have everything, all the stuff, the rules. Hey, one thing I came across was I had one NEEF that was, me and $2 bills, right?
Hmm?
And so I'm like, anytime they were like doing something good, I'm like, oh, that deserves a deuce, So I'm dropping deuces on anyone I can for anything good, especially when I'm talking about 1-to-1 or whatever. And I had one that was was not comfortable with taking money, and I don't think it was I think it was some honest thing like, I don't need this money. Why would you do this? Or something like that. But either way, there's a rule, wouldn't you say, that there's a wisdom that you always accept a gift from somebody, no matter what it is,
No,
and you appreciate the gift. Oh,
I don't think so. But only if it comes from like a bad place, where it's kind of like, all right,
yeah,
you're the
only
best
accept gifts
Nazi
from
ever.
bad places. Like if the Klan gives you something, definitely accept it. Nazis, yes.
Right. See, that's right. That's why I think
Democrats,
no.
accept the gift, yes.
Yeah, no, that's where I would draw that line. But I think no, I think but I think that's a tough one actually. I think that I don't have a fully formed view on it.
That
But
is fascinating. I thought that was a fundamental understood thing about human behavior. When someone gives you a gift, you accept it.
I think generally, almost always, but like I think there are exceptions.
Of course, there are exceptions. So with the first piece of wisdom that you give your kids is, look, ain't nothing set in stone, son. If you find yourself like, I've got to blow my head off because of this rule, maybe that's, you just need to ignore that rule or something. Maybe that's an exception to the rule or something. So but if yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of because like what you're talking about, I can see where people might be like might have different views about money. Like, I don't like accepting money. I don't like feeling like I'm being paid to do
yeah,
the right
there's a
thing.
problem with accepting money. You're right. I mean, if I give you money and I say, here, and it has a note, this is for illegal purposes, and by taking this money, you're a corrupt piece of shit. Yeah, if you take the money, I guess that is.
No, almost sometimes, it almost like cheapens the value of what you did, right? Like, oh, I helped this old lady across the street, and then she drops me, like 15 cents. Like, I would probably take that just because it doesn't matter, but it'd be almost like this cheapens the thing that I did for you because I wanted to do it out of the goodness of my heart, not because I want to get paid for it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? I think that's where I would. It gets complex and the interaction component of it.
That sounds very wise. I'm gonna have to listen to it on the replay.
And then give me the
But like what
shellacking that I deserve.
shellacking, or the opposite. Yeah, shellacking in a positive way to build you up and make you stronger.
Okay.
But what about like in Japan? Okay, like when you look at someone's business card in Japan, do you know how to deal with it? If a Japanese businessman gives you their business card, what do you do?
I don't know how to deal. I assume I take it. And
do you take it and just tear it in half and like whatever?
Obviously not. No, you take it.
We won World War II, you Jap. Is that what you would do?
No, I'd probably say. There's a better word for that, or a more offensive word to say than
for what?
Jap, right?
Than Jap?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Japanese can handle any word.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of my.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're. They might strategically, but I don't think they're hurts or feelings. I have no idea how Japanese people think. That's not what this is about.
Anyway,
Japanese people. Okay, so here's how it works. If they give you a business card, you examine it, and oh wow, and you're supposed to, oh my god, this is amazing. Look at this.
Yeah.
Wow, and you're appreciating everything about the goddamn business card, right? Okay, so it's about. My theory is then if in Japan, if someone gives you a gift, you appreciate the gift and accept it no matter what. The last thing you would do is say, I don't accept this gift.
Right.
Or that's what I'm thinking. Because you're saying maybe if Nazis give you a gift and it's about like you have to kill babies now, and you're like, no, I don't want to do that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. But that's a rejection of the Nazis.
Right. Well, no, I'm thinking more like, oh, I helped old lady across the street. I did it because I'm just helping you out. I don't need money. And like, that's the sort of thing where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might need the money more than I do.
I'm so sorry. Payment for something.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and that's what I was doing. I was doing payment for your doing. Yeah. Right. And so you're right. I'll go. That's right.
Yeah, like you gave the little baby RoboCop.
You're absolutely right. This is not a gift. It was a payment for an activity. And she was like, you don't have to pay me. And that was actually brilliant. That's brilliant. You said that. Okay. And it's not that there was a problem there, but what I mean was psychologically, I went through a process of, does she hate me? Is there something wrong? And what am I doing wrong? Is this? Am I disgusting to you? Do you want to vomit when I give you $2 bills? So you're right that she just doesn't want to be paid for something that she's. But that's it's so. But the problem is you want kids to understand that's how the world works, man. You do something good, that's how it does work. You do something good, people will donate money to you. It doesn't make any sense because I'm just saying, hey guys, represent yourselves, 1-to-1 representation. This is how you do it. But if someone was to give me $100,000, I don't need. I need it. So if I had like 500,000, probably that's about. So if they were giving more than 500,000, if I had 500,000, and then I would do that, I was like, oh, that's enough. I don't, but that is a person giving you something. Yeah. So anyway, that hasn't even dealt with. Like, what the hell's going on? We need to figure this out.
Yeah, it's tough. That's why I feel like, like some other merit token would be better, right? Just because you don't feel like you're because it does demean it slightly when you're getting paid for something.
Oh, money. You're right. Money is crass. No, hold on. No, absolutely. I am crass as an uncle for giving $2 bills out.
No. I like the idea because
they're fun.
Unique. Yeah,
they're fun, and it's a 250 revolution thing. I mean, revolution, 250. And so, the 250th anniversary.
Sure.
Yeah, a $2 bill. She rejected a $2 bill on the 250th anniversary.
It's kind of un-American.
That is. Actually, you cannot reject any $2 bill. That's like that's a law.
No, not for the next 50 years.
That's law 475 of the laws of Moses. Cannot reject a $2 bill on the any 50 aught.
Oh, any 50-aught. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where were you alive for 200 for the 200th?
No, that was in the 70s, right? Late 70s.
I'm living now again, the 250th. I've seen the 200th and the 250th.
Oh yeah.
I've seen it all.
I was reflecting. I'm hoping that I'll hit the 300, right? I was like, oh yeah, that's within probable range. But like, do you think you'll make that?
300? What?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, we'll make the 800th, but it won't be something you recognize. In the year 25. Well,
No, like literally you. Like be
oh,
alive.
me? No, I will not make it. I'm done.
Oh, come on. It's only like what you only need to live 50 more years.
No, I definitely will not live 50 years. I know that much.
I don't know about that.
I almost want to guarantee it. What's the poly market? Those gonna not be alive. Oh my God! Can I bet on that? Can you bet on your own?
Sure. Yeah. What's stopping you?
No, I'm sure you cannot bet on your own.
I don't know if it's going to pay off for you.
That would obviously be like, oh well, obviously there's loopholes. Pretty basic loopholes. I wanted to talk about something else. Damn it.
Yeah. Do you have something else in mind?
Maybe this whiskey will help.
What's going on over there?
What were we just talking about? It was like related.
Oh, previous to the being paid to help old age cross the road kind of thing, or
Yeah, help ladies cross the road, $2 bills. Whatever. Okay. Does that mean we just need to end the stream?
I feel like I'm wrapping it up unless you have some content. I'm kind of
okay. Look, this was 1,000% successful.
I think so.
Yeah, we did a live stream remotely, thrown together in some kind of haphazard capacity. Wait, did we even show the picture of? No. Okay. Yeah, I've been dealing with some personal issues. I broke a Corel plate. Have you ever broken a Corel plate?
I don't know what that means.
Corel is a type of plate.
Okay.
I'll show next time your my house. I'll show you.
I think I have Cornet. Maybe I have a different brand that sounds similar, which is confusing me a little bit. What does that mean? So Corel.
Corel is just a brand name of plate. Oh God, I hope I don't have any pornographic images that come up. PowerPoint, add the PowerPoint. Oh shit! Look, C3 girls, you see that?
I did see that.
Look, everything's all sexy. Look at this. Oh no, I'm showing things that we shouldn't.
Ankles? What is that?
That's who I was betrothed to, right here.
Oh, I see. Oh, her?
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? We've never talked about it.
Wait. Okay, we have to talk about that later. That's not something I recognize.
No, not at all. We haven't talked about it. But like,
What?
anyway.
What are you doing to me?
What is happening here? I'm trying to find something. Wait a minute. Add to PowerPoint. Oh my God, it's a nightmare.
I think you're thinking blocking whatever's happening.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I don't even know what I'm doing here anymore. Oh no, there's a guy with a penis cord. You see that? They can't see it on TV. Do you see it?
Yeah. I mean, I really can't see it, but I see a silhouette or something.
Penis cord is something I've always been amazing interested in. Like, it's an Aboriginal thing of like Indonesian, Australian, that area, all the islands and whatever.
I know a little bit, yeah.
But you see how they operate, right?
I literally can't see that from here. Like I
Guys, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to show some penis cords. This is sociologically effective. This is the reason.
Oh, we're gonna get kicked off YouTube.
We are gonna get kicked off the YouTube.
Oh, I can't even see it.
Oh, you can't see it. Can you see that?
Kind of. Like what?
Oh, come on. You don't need to see it anyway. We'll see it a little bit. We're actually.
Let me describe it for me. What's going on here?
He's wearing a cord around his penis. You can look it up on your own time. Okay, so that's it. It doesn't.
Well, what's wrong with the cord around the penis?
nothing. I mean, it's outrageously amazing. Yeah. So we've detached from anything. I can't. There's no functioning. Anyway, yeah, this is dangerous as hell. Okay, so, all right, so looks like we're done, and we're.
Good chat.
Yeah, it was a good chat. It's fantastic. Absolute victory. All right, appreciate it, guys. Bye. Y'all take care. Everyone, may your elections be recognized. I'll never figure out how to get back to my screen here, but it's good. All right. Bye.